very good evening. Welcome along to Fir Park. Lovely to have you with us this evening for this annual general meeting of the Welsh Society. If you've joined us here in Fir Park, you're very welcome. If you've joined us in Zoom from whatever place in the world you're joining us from, you're also very welcome this evening. The journey here started in July last year. 400 of you completed their membership survey. And from that membership survey, around December last year, myself and a few others on the board started to look at what that membership survey was telling us and what changes we need to make to change the society, to make sure that it meets and fulfills your needs and to really drive the growth of the society forward. So what we then did is in January, a cold and wet January night in the Cooper stand, 12 hearty souls turned up and we discussed for 90 minutes communications and everything that we needed to do in order to improve the communications of the Welsh Society. As we went through that evening, it started to trigger that actually it wasn't just the communications that we needed to improve, it was also the governance of the Welsh Society. So 2 weeks later, I think the weather was slightly better, I think it was the 91 lounge, we got 10 people together. Governance clearly not as exciting for people, but there we are. But 10 people together for a discussion about governance. I think that went on for a good 2.5 hours. I think there were people being thrown out at the end. But it got a lot of the concerns of our membership out there, and it allowed us to then go and think about what we needed to change in terms of governance to give everybody the reassurance that the society is there for you as members. We then, of that evening, also found out that there was a challenge round about our membership tiers and our benefits. So again, we then went and had a very good discussion again about membership. And we started then in that evening thinking about what events should look like and why events are important for the membership of the Welsh Society. And that led us to 5 key work streams. And as Tom has already mentioned, those work streams are the communications work stream, the events work stream, governance, fundraising and membership. And each of those work streams was led by a member of the board and they were supported by another 2 or 3 members of the board. Now what that meant is that each member of the board was on 2 or 3 work streams. And I think one of our learnings has been that that actually spreads us too thinly. So we're about to refresh the work streams in the coming weeks. We're going to move from 5 to 4 work streams. And what that will do with our board of 9 elected onto the Welsh Society between now and Monday at noon, we will then look to co-opt a further 3 members onto the board. That will give us 12 members, and that will mean that we will have 3 dedicated members for each of the new 4 work streams. The new 4 work streams, we will continue with communication and the work that's been done there, which I think has been excellent. We will continue with governance because that is still an area that we believe that there is further growth and further thinking to be done. We are going to take the membership work stream, the fundraising work stream and the event work stream and combine that into an overall and new overarching membership work stream. And then in addition, Tom mentioned the growth plan. The growth plan must be delivered and we need to make sure that we deliver that through our work stream as well. So that will give us 4 dedicated work streams, hopefully it'll be set up over the next month or so, and then we will start to move forward the key priorities in those spaces. Tom has already mentioned that the only reason that our work streams have been as successful as they have been is because we've had a lot of great people involved, people that are not sitting on the Welsh Society board but are Welsh Society members and have knowledge, skills and experience which have driven us forward. We want to go on that and continue in that. That meant that there were 3 contributors per work stream. We will go further than that this time around because we know that across our membership base there are a lot of people with knowledge, skills and experience. The 17 that are standing for election, I think you've already said it, Derek, it is a real pity that we can only take 4 onto the board through the vote. There is lots and lots of talent in our support and we need to make the most of that, and I believe that the work streams and the contributors' positions can help us do that going forward. If I may, I would just like to very quickly comment on the communications work stream. And may I first of all say that I think Jay Henderson has led that work stream incredibly well. Jay would love to be with us this evening, unfortunately he can't be. He's currently looking after our second youngest junior steel member at home. He's still in paternity leave, but he does send his apologies. What I would say as well is that between myself and Marcus, we have done all that we can to support Jay around all the work and communications, but we would be nothing without the support that we've had from people like Martin Gray, Gavin McCafferty and Graham Fulis, who have been absolutely instrumental in terms of what we have delivered in the communication workstream. And going slightly beyond that, the new look and feel of the Welsh Society you can see behind us and on the screen tonight is due to the work of Ben Oliphant. Ben, I think you've done a magnificent job for us and we really do appreciate it. And in addition, if you go to the Welsh Society.uk, you will find a soft launch website. It's not completely done yet, but that is due to the work of Amy Beeston, who is our web designer, and I think she's done a magnificent job as well. Overall, 5 key things that we've delivered so far this year: the communication strategy, which you will have started to see elements of that appear during the investment. The brand toolkit, all the items that you're seeing round about us this evening, far more professional look and feel as to what the Welsh Society needs to be as the club's majority shareholder. A more focused social media content. I think we've done very well on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, but there is more that we can be doing there. We've strengthened our media presence in the wider media. You'll have seen a significant amount of articles appearing in the local and national press as we went through the investment side of things. We need to keep doing that as we move forward. And then finally, as I said, we've soft launched the Welsh Society website. We're not quite there yet, but you can go have a look and let us know what your thoughts are in regards to that.
Key deliverables that events should fall under. So our first one was raise income for the society. We should have events specifically dedicated to raising income to bring in more money so that it's not just relying on subscriptions from yourselves. Our second one was to recruit new members, so that's always a goal. So having specific events focused on reaching out to new members that could be out there. And finally, our last one was to give back to our members. So this should be like an event similar to the Meet the Manager, where it's giving something back and means a lot to you because we really appreciate everything that you contribute and help us with. So over the last few months, we've built a relationship with the Former Players Association and supported them at their event in April. And that's something that we are going to continue to do to help promote former players and keep that connection there. We held our Euro match party in the Cooper Suite. Not sure if any of you attended, but it's a great night apart from the result. So that was good, and we raised some money there for the society. Like I said, we had our Meet the Manager night that Brian and Stuart kindly attended. For anyone who was there, I'm sure you would have found that really enjoyable. Some lot of interesting questions from the members. And finally, we have commenced work on a sportsman's spinner that we're planning to have towards the end of the year. So we are looking to get a date finalised for that and get some adverts out for it. It'd be great to see you all there. We started gathering in some auction prizes and got some good people lined up, so there'll be more on that coming in the future. So I've been leading the stream, and I've had Derek supporting me along with David Blacklaw, Andy Hewan and Kirk McMillan, and their support has been greatly appreciated. It's absolutely something that we cannot do ourselves, so thank you to everyone.
If you have a wee look at this on the screen, it touches on some of the things that we've done in the fundraising workstream that we're looking at. One thing that we have noticed is a real gap is when people get to a certain age and they fall off from the junior steel membership. There's nobody there asking them, or there's nobody there saying how you convert them to your adult membership. One of the challenges that we've seen with this is that usually these people, when they're junior steel, are signed up by their auntie, their uncle, their parents or guardian, etc. So there's not actually a contact detail for the people that you want to be signing up, if that makes sense. So what we're looking at going forward is a strategy to contact those that signed them up in the first place and get those converted to paying their £5, £10, £20 a month, etc. That's something that, in fact, all of the things that we're going to touch on in the fundraising workstream, you'll probably see launching within the next 1, 2, 3 months, I would say. I think one of the frustrations for me during the period of the fundraising workstream being up and running was it's almost a difficult time to go and ask people for more money when you're not sure what financial position the club's going to be in, you're not sure if you're going to be a majority shareholder, etc. So that's certainly been a challenge. Now that that's out of the way, we've got a clear run at this, and we're going to hit the ground running. Something that David touched on is we've developed a campaign to increase the monthly subscriptions. What we noticed throughout the period of investment was so many people came forward and says, we'd be happy to give more. It's not good enough for us just to expect people to give more, we need to be actually asking them and showing them what we're going to be doing with their money. I feel that we're in a really, really healthy position to be doing that, and that's going to be a coordinated campaign in line with our communications workstream, and probably an events workstream as well, where we're actually getting people on board and we're bringing them in to make sure that we're asking them to increase the monthly subscription. What I'd say to counter that as well is I know that it can often be quite a hard financial time for people, so we need to be very sensitive about it. But please don't be surprised if you see some letters or emails or phone calls coming up through your contact details, because we will be reaching out to many members going forward. Again, working with my colleague Amber here, we also held the Live the Dream event, which was a fundraising event where I think some of you in here actually got to play on the pitch, get changed the dressing room, etc. That brought in a good bit for the Welsh Society, and it also gave people, you know, that opportunity to pretend that they're John Sutton or someone like that for the day. So it was a great event. We're developing a campaign to encourage people to change to that contribution model. Tom touched on it in his opening remarks that, you know, there's many people that signed up at the start of the Welsh Society and they just paid off their one-off payment, and then some of them paid an annual subscription, some of them never. It's again vital that we touch base with these people to say, you know, your contribution is really welcome, and can you change to make sure that you're putting something in each month. Another thing that we've been doing is just exploring more fundraising initiatives. One suggestion that came forward from one of the members of the workstream, you know, is a potential that you could sponsor a stair, and everyone in the stand sponsors a stair, and it brings in money that way. You maybe see the t-shirts up the back as well. Just little light touches like that as well, where we're going to be dripping into membership to make sure that we're selling merchandise, raising the profile, getting people involved and bringing them on that journey. So yeah, thanks very much to all the contributors for that. So if any of you have got background in fundraising, please come and talk to me at the end of the night. It'd be great to have you on board. And thanks to everyone who's contributed to that as well. If you've got any questions, we're happy to answer them.
He's been unavailable to do so at the last moment, so let me read to you the governance update. Since the turn of the year, the governance workstream has been led by Douglas Dickey and includes Tom Feely, Sean Bailey and Jason Henderson from the Society Board. Following the Society Board elections, the governance workstream also co-opted support from Nick Mackey and Colin Valentine, contribution support from Nick Mackey and Colin Valentine and Stephen Cameron. In the recent weeks, the workstream's progress has been delayed somewhat, partly due to the ongoing investment situation at the time, the outcome of which would have had an impact on the work being undertaken, and partly due to Douglas Dickey's decision to resign from the Society Board. A new lead is yet to be named, which will be completed after the Society Board elections. However, this year the workstream has been able to focus on two primary pieces of work. Firstly, we've sought to draft a shareholder agreement between the club and the Society, positively transforming the relationship between the Society and the club, providing clarity of strategic direction, help to break down silos and driving efficiencies. Alongside that, the shareholders agreement, the workstream has also been busy drafting a list of reserved matters. This would set in stone the decisions and actions that could only be undertaken with permission from the Welsh Society. This is a vital piece of work that would come into force as part of the shareholders agreements between the club and the Society, and would also require the agreement of any forthcoming investor. We're delighted that the club board, in particular David Lindsay, has provided input to this work so far. Beyond the shareholder agreement and the reserved matters, the workstream has also been on hand to provide oversight and input into other potential policies and governance, ensuring that we're not only updating and improving the Society's governance, but we're making these aspects accessible for members, particularly via the new website. Following the Society Board elections, the governance workstream, like others, will be refreshed, at which point it's hoped that we can push on with various actions, including devising an agreed list of what matters automatically go to a members' ballot and a review of all current policies and procedures of the Society.
Thank you very much. So we had 10 key deliverables that came out of that session Philip spoke about earlier. The first one, thanks Marcus, was to engage contributors to support the work streams, which we did. So we had a range of contributors to work streams that included Merlot fans that stayed abroad as well, it proved difficult. We had Andrew Bosland in Dubai, Kevin Torrance locally, David Stewart was in Lancashire, Kevin Torrance, aye. The other one, so we done that, we got people on board, we had a few meetings, and we still had 9 more to do, right? So we never got through the 9, and my sincere apologies, but stuff's happened, right? So the first thing we wanted to do was to migrate our membership database to this CRM system. That's been mentioned a few times. Some of you may be asking, what is this CRM system, right? It's basically just a big massive database online, and part of the reason we need to be on that as soon as possible was related to the question you had up there, around we didn't know, or we didn't know, wasn't it easy to check if people's contributions had dropped off, or where they stayed, if they updated their details. Plus, as Tom had mentioned, there'll be different income streams, so there's different bank accounts, there's different places you have to cross-reference. So one of the first questions we asked is, let's map out our membership, and it proved a bit difficult, so it took a bit of time. Philip's done a lot of work on that. We've brought it all into one place, we've got a new CRM, and well, I think it's the last, you swapped the governance to the membership slide, sorry. So the last one, we've soft launched it. So like the website, we've got this up and running, and we're just putting it out and testing it, and it's all going well. One of the benefits of that is that it can tie in with every work stream we've got, and we'll be able to contact everybody and engage people a lot better in everything we do. The other one was to relaunch the membership benefit scheme. So as Tom had mentioned, and you're all well aware, you pay your monthly amount, you pay your one-off, you're on a membership tier depending on how much you've contributed over the lifetime of your membership. So there are different benefits or rewards that came with that. And due to COVID, due to investment it tailed off, we thought it was a perfect opportunity to revisit that, refocus it, refresh it, add some new wee bits in it, and we've done that, we've just not launched it yet. But that is almost ready to go, and it's looking good. So we'll be actively new stuff on that very, very soon, post the board elections. Part of that was revisit the definition of an active member. That'll need to wait till next year's AGM, so that's just stuff around if you paid the one-off and not a monthly recurring subscription. I don't think we need to go into that at the minute, but it's on the radar for going forward. My favourite one, launch local website branches. Right? So the idea is to continue not just the fact we're doing our work streams and engage more members in our work streams, what we do, but engaging members where they stay to help build the society, but also build a supporter base. So it's about cross-referencing. We work with Brian. Brian, how many people are on our customer service database? Are you allowed to say publicly? 15,000. So we've got 15,000 customers or members or supporters that we know of, we've got contact details. How do we reach them? How do we support them and come to games, but also join the society? So that's part of the stuff. I think that's a great use of doing that. The other one was launch this membership education programme. So that's a great idea that came from one of the membership Workstream contributors, David Stewart. He's a senior lecturer at the University of Lancashire. He wants to develop a course, he started doing it with us, around the introduction to supporters, ownership of football clubs, the Building Society, and it can be done over 6 nights through different weeks, just evening classes. Every member can come, we've got a box in the Cooper Suite, sit down, and over time we hope that will be accredited and that can be delivered maybe in partnership with one of the local county colleges, and actually delivered to other supporter-owned clubs, or other fans of other clubs who are looking to become supporter-owned themselves. And one of the other ones that we prioritised in the 6 out of 10 was develop the approach to membership questions. So we have started that. It is fair, again, it's fallen on mostly Sarah and Philip, so thank you very much for doing that. But I think it's improved fairly what I've been and the feedback I've got. It's not finished. We'll look at other ways of doing that. I hope you all agree that it's a priority, but it has improved and we'll continue to improve that as we go. And 3 going forward that we've not touched on completely is complete an annual membership survey, which we did do this year, we'll do again next year. There to develop a corporate membership proposal and develop a local business discount scheme. I think they'll be wrapped up into the vision document and their workstream about how we get investment and grow our vision for the club. Complete analysis to identify towns for local group of fire. So we touched on that a wee bit. Big thing for me though, as a change organiser, pro membership organisations, you need to define your base, which Brian's helped me with, but define your area that you want to work in, you want to go to. We haven't truly done that, so we've managed to get on the new CRM database map, where we've got members, where we've got season ticket holders, more importantly where the community trust operate, where they want to operate, and we'll bring it all together, and we've got 25 towns. That doesn't mean we're limited to these 25 towns, we've got 25 towns in Lancashire that we want to make our own, and really grow some density, grow some roots, and actually engage more people, friends, family, in their own communities. So Brian's going to get dragged out ways to do some meet the manager stuff, and this is it lets me go in law, whether he likes it or not. That's about it. If I've missed anything, you can continue after. Thank you very much.